YouTube, what's going on? It's Juan Gotti here with another Washington Commanders video, and in today's video, I'm coming on here to talk about that Washington is super interested in the free agent tight end market. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. But before we do, make sure you guys go down below, leave a like on this video, subscribe if you're new, and turn on post notifications so you get notified when I upload a video about the NFL, or in this case, our Washington Commanders. Let's get straight into today's video. So, as we know, the Washington Commanders is almost about 4 days away from the big news of signing Carson Wentz. And with signing Carson Wentz, it's still this speculation that Washington will draft a quarterback in the first round. I don't think so, because I feel like if they draft a quarterback in this draft period, like the first 3 rounds at least, then that's going to mess with Carson Wentz's psyche. We know how he is. He's very fragile in the mind. He doesn't like having players watch over his shoulder, i.e. Jalen Hurts, i.e. Nick Foles. And I just feel like if we were to do something like that, we would just be basically wasting Carson Wentz, because we know he isn't going to be at his best. So I think it's in Washington's smartest interest and smartest investment to surround Carson Wentz with as much talent as possible. And I think they're taking that first step in the right direction with being interested in the tight end market. More specifically, Carson Wentz's former teammate, Zach Eartz. Zach Eartz is on the Washington Commanders radar, and a lot of sources that's in the Washington Commanders community, as far as beat reporters and stuff, has confirmed that this is true. The Zach Ertz rumors and hype is real, and the interest is real. And all I can say is bring him here. Bring him here. I don't see no bad way or bad thing about bringing in Zach Ertz. Now, you guys remember last year, he got traded to the Cardinals, and he was pretty solid with the Cardinals. We know up close and personal how effective, how annoying, how good Zach Ertz is. He killed us for many, many years. Him and Carson Wentz, to be exact, killed us for many, many years. So we know how good Zach Ertz can be, and what better way to comfort Carson Wentz than to bring back one of his former buddies. Then, on our front of things, I would not mind, and I'm sure Carson Wentz wouldn't mind, having 2 big tight ends to throw the ball to, Logan Thomas and Zach Ertz. Why does this move make so much sense? Because you have 2 number 1 tight ends grooming another tight end behind them, and that is John Bates. And on the other front, it allows Logan Thomas to completely heal from his torn ACL, and we don't have to worry about him coming back too early just because he feels like he needs to, and we don't have a tight end threat. Carson Wentz is now going to have Zach Ertz to throw to if we sign him, and that can allow Logan Thomas to be relaxed and not force it. You know what I mean? John Bates is going to be another guy that is going to really be effective from this whole thing, because now he gets to learn from Zach Ertz and Logan Thomas, 2 of some veterans that's been doing it for a while. Another thing with this whole Zach Ertz thing, he's not just a really good pass catcher, he also is a good run blocker, so he can help out in the run game too. I just think it's a perfect fit here in Washington. This could be step 1 of surrounding Carson Wentz with as much talent as possible to really make a run at this thing this year. Now let's take a look at Zach Ertz's stats again. As you guys remember, he got traded from the Eagles to the Cardinals last year, and he was pretty solid with the Cardinals. But remember, at a point in time last year, we thought the Eagles were just going to pack it in the season and start their rebuild. But obviously, we know they made it to the playoffs under first-year head coach. I forgot his name. I ain't even gonna sit here and lie to you. Not Kevin Stefanski. I don't know why I'm thinking of Kevin Stefanski. It's going to come to my mind here. But Zach Ertz, his stats for the 2021 season: 56 receptions, 574 yards, and 3 touchdowns. And he averaged 10.3 yards a catch last season for the Arizona Cardinals. And with the Eagles, he had 18 receptions for 189 yards and 2 touchdowns. So obviously we know his role was decreasing in Philly. He didn't it wasn't he wasn't being used right. So that's what prompted that trade out of Philly to Arizona, and he was pretty solid, pretty good weapon. Nick Sirianni is his name. There we go, Nick Sirianni. I don't know how I forgot about that. But yeah, his role increased as he went to the Cardinals, and he was a really good target for Kyler Murray. Now on the other token, if we don't get Zach Ertz and he decides to go elsewhere, we have another guy that we could possibly get in Mo Alley-Cox from the Colts, who's another good tight end and another good former teammate of Carson Wentz. Now I don't think that they're going to let go of Mo Alley-Cox, especially considering the fact that Jack Doyle just retired. But that could be another good weapon for Washington to at least go out there and attempt to go and get for Carson Wentz. But again, I think this makes a ton of sense. It makes too much sense almost to not go out there and get a tight end, get a former teammate of Carson Wentz, and continue to build this offense around Carson Wentz to possibly get the best out of him. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people that think we should draft a quarterback still, I don't agree with you. I think it wouldn't be in Washington's best interest to draft a quarterback. Here's my thinking. If Washington wants Carson Wentz to be their franchise guy, you build around him this offseason in free agency in the draft and get him as much weapons as possible so he can be at his best, right? But if they don't think he's going to be our franchise quarterback, you roll with him for this 1 year, and if he flames out and keep playing on the trajectory that he's been playing, which has been downhill, then he's going to put you in a position to be able to draft a quarterback next year. And a lot of people say next year's quarterback crop of quarterbacks next year in the draft is way better than this one. So I look at it somewhat as a win-win situation. You can either build around Carson Wentz this year, go all in, and he can show you what he has, which I think if you build an offense around Terry McLaurin and Carson Wentz, with getting guys like Zach Ertz, you have healthy Curtis Samuel coming back. Hopefully we can re-sign J.D. McKissick. But again, I know he's going to probably command a lot of money because he is really, really good at what he does. Antonio Gibson, De'Ami Brown in year 2, John Bates, Logan Thomas, obviously. When he comes back, if you find a way to build around Carson Wentz and Terry, I don't see no way Carson Wentz can't thrive, especially a healthy Carson Wentz. But again, it's a win-win situation for me, and for us, it should be because, again, if you build around him this year, he could ball out. If not, okay, cool. He's going to put you in a position to where you can then draft the quarterback next year, you know? And again, if he flames out and he isn't too bad, that's going to land you a top pick, you can always trade up. At this point next year, if we're in this same predicament where Carson Wentz isn't coming off a good season and we're looking like we're going to draft a quarterback, then you have to do whatever you can. Trade up for a quarterback. But, I think this makes too much sense. We know the tight end depth isn't the best. We have Sammy Reyes, but we know he probably isn't ready. So I just think it makes too much sense. Logan Thomas is going to be coming off a torn ACL. So I think Zach Ertz would be a really good fit for Washington. Not just for Carson Wentz, but for our position of need, to be honest. But let me know what you guys think about this video down below. As always, it's me, boy Juan Gotti. Like, comment, subscribe. Hell to the Washington Commanders. I'm out. Peace.